Welcome back to another Friday book review. Today I have a book for mamas and homemakers specifically. Hello, my name is Heather and thank you for visiting Wholehearted Homemaking. I am mama to 7, soon to be 8, and I have ages 2 to 14, so I've been homemaker for those 14 years. I came home when I had my oldest 14 years ago. And so today I wanted to share, obviously I like all things homemaking. It's something I am not good at. And when I first started the blog, I put on there that I am a failure and I'm sharing to help motivate myself rather. You can kind of see my school book stack back here. But I wanted to share a person, a resource, and a book today. So this is Simplified Organization, Learn to Love What Must Be Done by Misty Winkler. Now, Misty Winkler is on, I heard about her first from the School A Sisters podcast, but she's also on simplyconvivial.com. She has a YouTube channel with really brief videos to help you. I love the brief because I really can't do long podcasts and things like that. I just can't manage them. But as you see, this book was quite a favorite of mine. I've followed Misty for a while, so a lot of the tips and ideas that she shares in here are not new to me. If you want to know more about organizing and some of her basic tips, go check out simplyconvivial.com. Get her newsletters, follow her here on YouTube, and go check out her podcast and all those things, and you'll get some amazing tips. She also has a specific community, which I have not done, where she will coach you through different homemaking tasks and things like that, and she does discuss that in this book. So now onto the book review. So this book has taken me a little while to get through, not because it wasn't good or boring or anything like that. It's just a lot to chew on, and also I put it in the diaper bag for a while and forgot it was there, because I always have this idea that I'm going to be able to read books while I'm out and about with the kids. But I have little kids, so I rarely get to pull it out. I've got to watch them. But I have been just devouring it lately. And it is such a good book because it is so encouraging, both in the Lord and our Christian walk as mothers and homemakers. But it has some practical tips as well. I've always been a highlighter, underliner, note taker, but I've started after watching a few of Chantel Reads All Day, or oh no, she has a homeschool one too, but I can't think of what it is. Here on YouTube, she flags them, and I was like, I'm gonna start doing that and see what I'm really pulling from it. So the orange or the darker colored ones are all like, I want a commonplace and put in my commonplace notebook, and the yellow are just like, oh, good thoughts I want to make sure I come back to. And so I obviously really took a lot away from this. There are just so many good things that are just practical, but also they really touch your heart in the point of why we're homemakers and what we're doing in our homes. Yes, simplified organization, sometimes we think it's like a one-stop shop. You know, if I just get the right organizational system, then my life will be all grand and my house will never be messy. And she points out, you know, it's not. It's more of our mind and our perspective on organizing and homemaking, and not so much having a specific organization or program to follow. It is really changing our perspective and how we look at things, which honestly, if you read anything about homemakers and homemaking, that is generally from Christian homemakers at least, from Christian homemakers, I think it is a mindset, just knowing that it's not one and done. The laundry, we all know laundry is never done. And the bigger your family, the more it runs. It is the workhorse of the family. But what I love is the encouragement that we can still find not only gratitude in that, but that we can find purpose in it and continue and find encouragement. And she just says so many wonderful things. So I'm going to read a couple of quotes, and I'm going to pull these at random because honestly, there are so many in here. Waiting for the perfect moment, I frittered away my time and distraction. Okay, so that's funny that I would stop on that one. Waiting for the perfect moment, I frittered away my time and distraction. How many times do you look at your pile of laundry you need to fold or things you need to do, and you are like, it's too much, I'm not going to do it, and you scroll. You end up scrolling your phone, or your pick up a book. You just do other things, right? Because that seems too daunting a task. And really, we're just frittering away our time when we could just get at least some of it done in 5 minutes, if not all of it. So that was one very encouraging quote. She goes on through different stages of homemaking, including and kind of ending with hospitality. And I really love her perspective on hospitality. I've read several books on it. And I love her perspective that hospitality is more than inviting other people in. We need to also be hospitable to our families. Like, that seems pretty obvious, but just the whole point of your family is here every day. So make your home presentable and encouraging and relaxing, and that Hugo or whatever you're going for, you know, that is what you have here at home. Yes, messes happen. Things happen, but it doesn't have to be your constant state. A lot of her personality as far as organizing and cleaning is something relatable to someone like me who has never been particularly known for being really clean, or like, I'm really good at organizing events, activities, school things, paper planning. I've never been one who is like the type A cleaning person. My husband is, so I have worked towards that. But if you are somebody who you got things going, I still think you could find encouragement here, because it'll give you the reason behind why you want to strive for those things, and maybe help you to pull back and relax and trust in the Lord that things don't have to be perfect. Like, I know some people who are just, it has to be perfect or it stresses them out. And that's not healthy either. And so I really love how Misty just kind of outlines and helps find that balance of trusting the Lord and seeing this as our calling as mothers and homemakers, doing the job, getting it done, right? Do the next thing, as Elizabeth Elliot said, do the next thing. But also making sure that we are seeing it through the eyes of the gospel and our purpose as mothers and homemakers, how God has called us into this role, and that it is a God-given role, and that we can, though we will never finish that to-do list, it will always have something, right? We're not going to arrive, but it's very much like our Christian walk. We're never going to arrive and know everything. And it's just learning to have gratitude and grace in the growing process and striving towards that next mark. And so there is so much encouragement in here. I just really loved so much of the book. And so I was going to read this last quote that I really, really appreciated. What if the purpose of our homemaking was not to have an organized house that is always clean, but to be a means of abounding in the work of the Lord? Then, when the work is abounding, we can be grateful that the mission is underway, rather than sad that we are not always at ease. And so if you are struggling, or maybe you think you have this homemaking kind of, but it figured out, but it's stressing you out, check out Misty Winkler's book, Simplified Organization. Please go. It's full of goodness. I have really enjoyed this book, Simplified Organization. Sorry, it's a mouthful, by Misty Winkler. If you are able to get a hold of this book, I highly recommend you do so. It is chock full of encouragement. And like I said, this is not a practical how-to guide. There are a few tips in there, but that is not really what it is. It is changing our heart and our perspective towards this homemaking shtick. And so if you cannot get a hold of this book, go check out Misty Winkler. I know she's at COLLABS Sisters. I don't do podcasts, so I don't know if she has other ones. Simplyconvivial.com is her website, and you can also find her here on YouTube. Go check her out. Her videos, they're short, quick, to the point, and very practical. So that is Misty Winkler right there. And so I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. Let me know if you have read this book, or maybe you have read other homemaking books that you love. I would love to talk all about that. And next week, I will be back with some young adult fiction that are all bookish themed. So I hope you'll join me next Friday for another book review. Let us go forth and strive to serve our families in the Lord wholeheartedly.